Hello everyone, welcome to the second episode of Aeternity, aekiti, embassy, local superhero. I'm sure that those of us that were here for the first one really learned a lot and will be really excited to be here for the second one. So thank you for coming. Thank you for being here. I want to say a very big thank you for taking out your time to celebrate open source with us at Eternity, Superhero, and Hacktoberfest. This episode promises to be as fun-packed as it is informative. So if you have little to no knowledge of either open source, Eternity, Superhero, or even Hacktoberfest, then you're in the right place. So thank you for being here. I believe we all know the theme for the league is open source with Eternity. And as the name implies, we would be getting a glimpse into the inner workings of open source with aeternity blockchains. I'm excited for this because I really know next to nothing about this, so I'm excited to learn. And I hope you all are too. So once again, thank you so much for being here. Before we move on, I think it is only appropriate that I introduce myself. I am Akiola Blessing Debbie. I will be your host this evening for this league, alongside my co-hosts, Isaac Akinsika and Chidima Amana. I'm a content writer, an aekiti and aekiti technical content writer. I am a Android development enthusiast. I'm CEO of Crystal Bay, and well, I'm an all-round cryptocurrency enthusiast. So I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me. And both of my co-hosts, who you would hear from during the networking session, Isaac Akinsika and Chidima Amana, are both amazing designers and our social media manager. They're strong and they are brilliant. So we'll be hearing from them very soon, and hopefully we'll see them too. We have so much in store for you today. One, we have our speakers packed, carefully chosen, our topics carefully chosen, just so that you could learn and you have not wasted your time by coming here. So they're ready to feed you with knowledge on open source and Eternity blockchain. The sessions are introducing Hacktoberfest, open source, a tool for all, Eternity and Superhero, and finally a workshop to build an open source app on Eternity blockchain. The Hacktoberfest session will be anchored by Favor Adeshina. The open source session will be anchored by Ridwan Adeola. Yeah, Ridwan Adeola Utsu. The Eternity Superhero session by Emmanuel Joseph, popularly known as Jet. And finally, our workshop session will be anchored by Jesulonimi Akingbesoti. I'm not sure if I called it, if I said that right. Jesulonimi, forgive me, please. Before I call up my first speaker, I would like to give some important information that would be necessary for this league. The first one I'll be talking about is the contest. The event contest is going on and will end 24 hours after this league is over. So I'd like to say congratulations and good luck to all those who are participating already. And please do not forget to make a public tweet or post about the event. And if you still want to join the contest, don't worry. Please, I would advise that you pay close attention to the sessions today, because it will help you understand exactly what you're supposed to do. And number two that I want to talk about is the event. This event is live on YouTube right now. So if at any point you have a bad network connection or unstable network, so you could just go and make use of the live broadcast, where you can also ask questions on our live chats section. Also ensure that you're signed in with your .chain name in order to get tips in AE for relevant questions asked. You can set your name once you click on the chat icon. Please, I'd like to give a few instructions. Please make sure that your mic and camera is turned off during the sessions so that we don't distract or disturb anybody. We are not to use any curse words or bad languages during this kind of prohibited. Yes, thank you very much. I really hope that we enjoy ourselves. And yeah, we'll starting off with the first session, which is introducing Hacktoberfest. It will be a maximum of 10 minutes and will be anchored by Favor Adesina. Favor is a web developer, an aekiti drummer, a tech enthusiast, and lead for aekiti state chapter of the Developer Student Clubs. Now, sit back, relax, and get your questions ready as Favor comes on stage right after we hear the message from the CEO of Digital Oceans.
Hi, Yancey Sproul here, DigitalOcean CEO, and I'd like to welcome you to the 7th annual Hacktoberfest. Hacktoberfest is a month-long celebration of open source software for all 31 days in October. And in this event, this month-long event, we bring together over 100,000 people to contribute to the betterment of open source software. At this annual event, we have open source projects where developers become contributors, students and early learners, learn more and build their passion and experience. And we gather people together online. Historically, we've done offline, but in 2020, I suspect will be predominantly online. But we bring people together from over 150 countries throughout the world. At DigitalOcean, one of our core values is around community. And the pillar of the language of that value is we say, our community is bigger than just us. And I can find no better representation of our investment and our passion for fostering the global community of developers and entrepreneurs than Hacktoberfest. It's an important element for us because it brings so many people together in this very global way for 31 days, and it generates so much excitement and passion around one of our core value propositions as a business, which is around open source. And what we believe happens during the month of Hacktoberfest, not only do we bring people together, but we help people learn and we help people grow. And that's a fundamental tenet of what we're all about at DigitalOcean in terms of enabling global entrepreneurs and developers to test ideas, build their businesses, and chase their dreams. So what we hope that you'll gain is that you'll participate, you'll learn a little bit more, you'll join a project, you'll meet new people, and you'll help make open source software better for the legions of people who use it today and well into the future. So with that, I can't wait to see you all and what you will come up with this year at Hacktoberfest. And remember that for those projects that are accepted, you get the famous DigitalOcean Hacktoberfest t-shirt, a prize well worth earning during the month of October. So until then, be well, and we'll see you in October.
Hi, everyone. Can you all hear me, please?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right, perfect. So, my name is Favor. I'm the current DSC lead of Ekiti State University, Ado-Ekiti. A front-end developer, and I'm here to speak on introduction to Hacktoberfest. So quickly, I'm going to be sharing my screen right now to start the presentation. All right, can you all see my screen, please?
Yes, we can.
All right, great. So quickly, we just heard a message from the CEO of DigitalOcean, and he has already said a lot about Hacktoberfest. Hacktoberfest is a month-long celebration of open source software run by DigitalOcean in partnership with GitHub and Twilio. So Hacktoberfest is just a concept where developers, students, people that are passionate about open source come together to celebrate open source. Open source have led to a lot of technologies, amazing technologies that are in use right now in society. So Hacktoberfest is a platform where we come together to celebrate open source. So we've heard a lot about this from the message from the CEO of DigitalOcean. So let me move over to the next slide quickly. All right, who can participate in Hacktoberfest? Yeah, if you ask me this question, I'll simply answer everyone. Okay, everyone can participate in Hacktoberfest, whether you're a student or you're a developer or you're someone who is passionate about technology. You can participate in Hacktoberfest. What do you need to do? You just need to contribute to open source. All right, so everyone is free. You are free to get involved in Hacktoberfest. You're free to participate in Hacktoberfest. So Hacktoberfest is open for all. So quickly, let me move to my next slide now. How can you participate in Hacktoberfest? All right, now Hacktoberfest, we said, is a month-long event to celebrate contribution to open source. So the only way to participate in Hacktoberfest is by contributing to open source. Now, how do you contribute to open source? You go online, you go to github.com, you look for a repository, you make some changes to an open source project on GitHub, and you perform a pull request. Now, for you to fully participate in Hacktoberfest, you have to perform at least 4 pull requests. Of course, following the contribution guidelines on Hacktoberfest website. So that's simply how you participate in Hacktoberfest. All right, now the benefits of participating in Hacktoberfest. Yeah, you stand a chance to get a limited edition t-shirt. This year, you also get the opportunity to have a tree planted. We are talking about global warming and a lot of environmental issues. So you stand a chance to help improve the environment by planting a tree, which is totally awesome, totally great. Last year, I participated in Hacktoberfest, and I'm currently wearing the t-shirt right now. Probably later on, you'll be able to see my face when I'm done with my presentation. I'm currently wearing the t-shirt, right? And trust me, it's amazing. You can also stand a chance to get stickers, amazing stickers, and a lot of stuffs. In fact, the excitement alone is much. So I see you participating in Hacktoberfest, and I'm done with my presentation. Please, any question or whatsoever? Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Favor, for that wonderful presentation. Please, is there anybody from the audience who has a question for Favor? You could turn on your camera and turn on your mic now. Anyone that has any questions about Oktoberfest? Okay, I will take that as a no. And thank you so much, Favor. We hope to see more of you in aeternityekiti community. Hope you are ready for the next amazing session.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Can every other person turn off their camera, please? Okay. So we'll make our third session the second one. We'll be introducing our third speaker, who would be giving us a full insight into aeternity blockchain and superhero platform. It will be anchored by aekiti embassy lead and the person of Emmanuel Joseph, popularly known as Jet. Jet is a full stack and web developer that makes use of Google and aeternity technologies for developing web apps. He leads the aekiti developer study jam for 10 weeks. He led the workshop, the 10 weeks workshop series that introduced and taught aeternity technologies to developers in Ekiti states in Nigeria. In this session, you will learn more about aeternity blockchain technology and how to use superhero platform effectively. Please, let's welcome Jet to the stage. Jet, you have the floor.
Hello everyone, I'll be speaking on eternity and superhero in this session. So fasten your seatbelt because this session, trust me, you don't want to miss a bit from it. The most amazing takeaway from this session in regards to what we're going to learn from Redwan on open source is that both Eternity and Superhero are open source projects. So before I continue, it's only proper to introduce myself. I am Emmanuel Joseph Jet, known on Twitter as Emmanuel Jet _ and I am aekiti Embassy lead. So to start this session, I'll be introducing you to Eternity. Eternity is a public open source blockchain protocol that enables a platform for next generation decentralized app and high scalability. Its core components are written in functional programming language, which is Erlang, and its smart contracts are also functional with Sophia. Unlike other blockchain platforms, the Eternity protocol itself incorporates several essential technology features, which I will use to round up my talk about Eternity blockchain. The first amazing feature is smart contracts. Eternity smart contracts programming is unique because Sophia is a type functional programming language in the ML family. This makes it easy to write contract programs, and ML sometimes is referred to as computing and mathematics programming language. The second functional feature is Fate Virtual Machine. Don't worry, Fate simply means Fast Eternity Transaction Engine. And this uses a high level of abstraction and automatic minimization error with type checking, delivering a simpler, easier, and safer programming environment. Next is the advanced state channel technology. This feature accommodates state channel on the protocol level and makes it easier to build applications for global scale enterprise use cases, such as Superhero. And then we have the Eternity Oracle feature that enables the integration of real-world data into the blockchain. This feature has an endless range of potential use cases for businesses, science, and all other industries across the globe. Next is the unique governance feature that gives all Eternity tokens holder the right to use their token to signify their vote through the governance app. The governance app can be seen on Superhero as it was added to one of the apps included on Superhero. And finally, we have the most amazing feature, in which I prefer calling it the most amazing feature, and it's called the AENS for Eternity Naming System. This feature employs safe, human-readable names in places of the current system of long hashes using the blockchain transaction, thereby reducing room for errors for the users. Example of this AENS name is EmmanuelJet.chain. This is my .chain name, and instead of replacing it with the or when I want to receive AE tokens and I'm sending a.k.a. Blah 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 blah, which I can definitely make a mistake, I can simply send EmmanuelJet.chain to anyone who wants to send me AE tokens, and I receive it in my wallet immediately. Okay, now let's move to the next section of this session. The mighty DeFi app called Superhero. Superhero is also an open source platform that elevates the impact that sharing can have. It empowers people to support people without intermediaries. This platform is reducing and removing these centralized bodies that controls a lot of things in the social world. So, why join Superhero? Number one is you're a superhero. Number two is you want to share your superpower with the world. Number three is your content is yours and only you make a profit from it. Number four is your followers are not forced to watch commercials and paid ads like other social platforms. Number five is you gain exposure because all tips, everything that happens on Superhero is always on the superhero.com. Number six is you receive the entire amount of your tips from your fans. No one is taking your tip. No one is taking any cost from your tip. You are receiving your tip. And all this and more is made possible on superhero.com. So, how do you get started? The first thing you need to do is to visit superhero.com. Second thing you need to do is to agree with this term of use. The third thing you need to do is to generate a new wallet or retrieve an existing wallet. And then keep your seed phrase, and then you are good to go. Okay, before we practicalize this step, get your gear fully ready because I'm about to make an announcement that will blow your minds. Oman DeFi hack. You must be wondering, what does this mean? Don't worry, I'll let you in on what it means. Oman DeFi hack is a month-long hackathon. It will start by October 30th and end November 30th, 2020. And it is an hackathon you can get up to 5,000 US dollars. Isn't that amazing? The beautiful aspect of this is you get to be taught while you are participating in the hackathon. All you have to do is to develop a new DeFi solution on Eternity blockchain or develop a DeFi solution that will be integrated on the Superhero platform. This hackathon is brought to you by Superhero and Eternity blockchain, and the hackathon is open to everyone as you will learn how to develop the DeFi solution through amazing mentors. The hackathon will be hosted on DevPost, which is one of the largest places you can participate in online or in-person hackathons. More on DeFi or Oman DeFi hack will start trending on all social media platforms starting next week. So anticipate hearing from the organizing team and the aekiti embassy. Now, let's be a superhero as I will show you how to get started on Superhero. But before then, you can always contact the aekiti embassy through these links. So I'm going to stop my screen sharing now and allow questions if you have any. Anyone with a question?
Sure, I have a question. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
From all of these cool protocol features we've seen for the æternity protocol and also Superhero, what is your favorite application of these cool features? Like, where do you like to see this implemented?
For me, I have always been more in the payment aspect because of how fast the Fate virtual machine is, and because of the advanced state channel feature that gas fees are not increased like other platforms. I love that aspect of it, and which is the reason why I'm still working on building a payment solution for the Nigerian ecosystem.
And maybe a follow-up question here. Do you think it's possible to implement DeFi in Nigeria? Because I've heard it's rather problematic to get the exchange with local currency. I think it's called Naira.
Yes. To answer that, because cryptocurrency and blockchain technology is not yet fully approved in Nigeria, it might be an issue, but that doesn't still stop having a DeFi app because I've learned of, I guess it's Niger Crypto, in which you get to trade currencies to the fiat currencies, and Naira was included in those currencies. And also there's this yellow card platform in which you can buy BTC using your Nigeria bank wallet. So with the whole government issue around blockchain technology and cryptocurrency, that doesn't still stop a DeFi app from surfacing in the Nigeria ecosystem.
Thank you, Jed.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else with question? Okay. If you can't hear anything, please log in through Firefox or Safari, or better still, Opera, or a lesser version of Chrome. So now I'm going to show you how to make use of superhero, how to create a wallet, how to send tips, and how to do everything you need to know about superhero. So to do that, I'm going to share my screen again. And I'm going to share this. Okay, so I'm going to go to superhero.com. So the amazing DeFi app Superhero is located at superhero.com. Presently, it's still at its beta state, but that doesn't stop things from happening. So when you see this surface, you get the feeling that there's this implemented wallet feature. There's this trending feature in which you get to see trending hashtags alongside the tips that hashtag has received. So as you can see here, you have superhero, which is the first trending, and it has a total of 1,257. And then you have these other hashtags which are trending. You can always make use of this search feature to search for anything. If you have a keyword in mind and you just want to see, okay, does superhero has anything on this keyword, you can just search and you'll be amazed that it does. And then we have this 3 tabs where you see this most popular, which brings out tips of popular tweets. This brings out the latest tweet. And lastly, this brings out the highest rated tweets, like tweets from that has high tokens. And we have this maintenance page. So I'm just going to reload this now. And we have this back. So one thing before you need, before we start with the web wallet, is that Superhero has this ability where you'll be able to use this Meet feature, and you'll be able to organize awesome leagues or meetings like this on the Superhero platform using this Meet. All you need to do is just click on the Meet, create a room, then we are good to go. Why presently this league contains the agenda for this Superhero League, and then you have every other thing here. So as I said, when I was telling you about Superhero, how to get started, all you need to do is to visit superhero.com. Then you tick this, I agree to the Superhero term of use. So when you click this, you can now choose to generate a new wallet or retrieve an existing wallet. So what I will do first is to log in with an existing wallet. Let me show you how to do that. When you do this, when you enter the button, you get to enter your seed phrase. And so I'm just going to copy a seed phrase from here and then get back there. Okay, so once you enter the seed phrase and you import the account, sorry, I guess my seed phrase had issue. That's not right. Okay, I got the wrong seed phrase. But once you have your seed phrase, just copy it here, you get to log in with your account. And I don't want to pick in the aeternity seed phrase, but that one is not going to, that is how to make use of that feature, and you get to see everything you get to see when you create a new wallet too. So let me generate a new wallet, and then so you have this splash screen in which you can read to see what is there, but for me, I'm just going to skip this and I'm going to generate wallet. Okay, so welcome on board. Your wallet has been created, and all you need to do now is to secure your wallet, which is very, very important. So to secure your wallet, what you need to do is to copy your seed phrase, keep it, and I will show you how to do that. So the Superhero platform is on these browser extensions. We have Firefox, we have Chrome, and also a mobile app on the iOS store and Play Store. So just click on any of it and you get to download the app on your mobile phone, while you get to install the extension on your browser with these links. So I'm just going to click on proceed now, or bet to. Okay, great. I have this now, and as you can see, we have 0 AE, which is totally nothing, and there's nothing we can actually do with that amount. So the first thing I want to do is to fund this wallet with little AE on my other account. So I'm just going to go to that other account now. But before then, let me copy this wallet address. So I'm just going to go to this is copy here. This is your wallet address. I'm just going to click this and then fund it with 5 AE. So funding it with 5 AE now. You can't see my screen. That's just what I'm doing. And we should have our 5 AE now. Great. Now we have our 5 AE and we can now do stuff. So the first thing I always advise to do is to register your name. So to register your name, what you need to do is just to click this register name shortcut link that takes you to this page. So presently, as you can see at your name tabs, this is empty, auction empty. What you need to do is just go straight to the register and then you input your name. So an advisable name is for that name to have at least 13 characters. And in this case, I guess I'm going to use aekiti embassy. Great, that was okay. Good. We have aekiti embassy, and what you need to do now is to click on this plus button. Okay, we have this. So let me just allow pop-up. That is trying to confirm this, and it's trying to confirm the creation of our name because our wallet will be charged. So let's click on this again because of the error message we got before. And now good. Now I can confirm. And it's loading. So transaction fee, I'm trying to confirm that, which is taking 2.8 AE. And as you can see now, we have this ækiti.chain, which is still pending. And if you don't want to lose your name, because just like if you get a domain name as a web developer, the domain expires after a year. This expires after a certain block height has been met. So if you don't want to lose your name and you just want to keep extending the name, you can enable this auto extend feature, which now what you need to do is actually to set a name pointer. So now that we created ækiti.chain, if anyone sends tokens to that name, no one will receive that token yet because there's no a pointer to that name. So what you need to do is to copy this owner address, which is your AE address or whatever address you want to use it for. You can also use a .chain name for a contract address. So you can copy that contract and click on this set name pointer button. Then you paste this here, which is the name of which is our wallet name. Okay, there was a space there. So once you do that, click on this set name pointer. As you can see, it accepts AK, which is for your public key, CT for your contract, and OK for, I honestly don't know what that is for now, but I guess that should be Oracle or something. So this is our public key. So let's just click on set name pointer. And we have this error that says this. Okay, so let's cancel this for now. And before we set our name pointer, let's secure our wallet. So we need to back up our seed phrase, and this is our seed phrase. So I'm just going to show the seed phrase, copy this, and click on verify. Okay, I don't know that guy. So what I'm going to do is go to head back here and save this seed phrase on my mobile so I can use it for the confirmation process. Okay, good. So I'm going to click on verify seed now. And with what I have here, the first one is this. Then we have you, then you, and this, then forum, then mandate, then boost, then throw, then refresh, and then we have joy. So now we verify this, and our seed phrase has been confirmed. So back to dashboard. Okay, we still have our 5 AE, which means we've not been debited for our .chain name. So if you want to locate the name aspect, you can just click on that menu tab and go to this name here. And now let's reset our name pointer. Okay, set name pointer. Okay, we still have this. So let's wait for this name. So let's wait for the sorting, which it would claim the name first before we actually set the name pointer. So when you want to tip a content, all you need to do is just to enter the URL of that tip. And for this case, I'm just going to go to Twitter now, twitter.com. And okay, I'm not logged in here, so I guess I'm just going to go to YouTube then. Okay, so we have YouTube here, and let me just search for any content on Eternity. So we have this What is Eternity blockchain 3 years ago, and we have Is Eternity a Dead Shitcoin from Josh Stage AE News. Okay, so I'm just going to make use of this. Okay, I didn't click on the. Okay, good. So what we want to do now is to tip the content owner of this video a few AE tokens. So to do that, I'm just going to copy this URL, head back to Superhero. Let me first refresh my page to get the latest from my wallet. If you notice, my profile section has been added to Superhero, in which you can now edit your profile. At the initial stage, you see this fellow Superhero name. You can change the name, you can change the image, and you can change your backdrop image from here. Even your location, you can change that here. So I want to send a tip to the copied URL. And if you want to do that, you can either choose to do that directly from Superhero here. Send new tip. So what do you appreciate? Let's just see testing AE, or let's just see testing superhero tip aekiti superheroleague. Okay, so we're to enter the URL now, and we'll do just click here. This is showing invalid because I guess no tip has been sent to the URL, to this URL. So once a tip has been sent to the URL, it gets to mark as valid. And then we have the amount of AE you want to tip this content now, and I'm just going to say 2 AE. So next thing I'm going to say is just tip. Tip not sent, something I'll try again. Okay, let's make use of this wallet here. 2, and would copy paste that here and just say send tip. So send tip confirmation. As I explained before, because this URL has not been tipped yet, is the reason why it showed that, and there's this confirmation message that shows you that okay, this URL is not verified. Are you sure you want to send a tip to that URL? So since we are sure, I'm just going to say send tip. So this is our tip description, and what I'm just going to do now is to confirm. Okay, and great. Now it has sent, and you have this short message you can copy and send it to the content owner that, hey, I just sent you a token. You can receive it through superhero.com. And you can do that using this comment section now, but I'm not sure I'll be able to comment yet because I'm not logged in. But I can't comment there, but I'm going to try to comment on my other account. I'm just going to go here now and click on this. So always make sure you inform the content owner that, hey, I just tipped you on superhero.com. So this is the web wallet at wallet.superhero.com. And as I was saying for this the tutorial that actually shows you how to follow through with what you need to know about the Superhero wallet platform. This is your account info, and you have this to send tip. This was how we sent a tip the other time. And you have this on how you claim a tip. This that shows your activity and top up, and we have withdraw, and then you have settings. So this invite is for let's say you want someone to come into the Superhero platform, and you want the person to come in with a amount on the wallet already. Once he joins, you can make use of this invite link where you can attach AE to the link, and it's done easily by just putting the amount of AE and you click on generate links. I don't want to spend more than 3. I don't have more than minimum of 3 AE tokens because of our .chain name. Because you have to have at least 3 AE for you to claim a name. So that's how you generate a link. We just once you generate the link, send the link to the person, and you'll be able to. The person will be able to join Superhero with the tipped amount you've attached. So that's the invite, and then you can always top up or swap BTC or Ethereum for AE tokens when you click on this button, and this takes you back to this home, and you have this is to withdraw to another wallet address, and this is to invite, and this is your names, and our name is still not here, even if we have proclaimed the name already. So as you can see, proclaim name sent, but we should have the name. I guess just something that has to do with maybe the network or something. So that's basically all you need to know about the Superhero wallet. And for the Superhero platforms, all tips sent are generated and are populated on this superhero.com. The tip we sent when we're testing, as you can see, we have it here already. And once I do this, I can copy the tip URL, which is this. And now I'm going to message us and just say, I sent you a tip. Let me do that here.
Welcome, everyone.
So I'm just going to say, hi, Josh. I just sent you a tip through the Superhero platform. See tip at, then you include the tip link, and then you can comment. With this, definitely Josh will know that, oh, my content has been tipped, and I can claim the tip by adding my address to claim the tip. Okay, since I've shared my full screen now, I think I can show you how to claim the tip. So Ado.com. Okay, I'm logged in, and I can find the tweet here. I can either choose to tip the open profile or tip a tweet. So I think this is the latest tweet. So I'm just going to, with Twitter, if you have the desktop extension installed, which is this, once you have it installed like this, you can easily tip any URL or any tweet using this predefined tip button that was made especially for you. So when you tip it here, I don't want to tip it from here, so what I'm going to do is copy this address and head back to our wallet here, and then let's go home. Okay, that is not going on there. Okay, send tip. Just going to paste that. As you can see, this URL is verified, even if that tip has not received any tip. So provided that the old profile is verified, any other content on that Twitter account will be verified. So I can just say just one A, and just copy this as well. Oh, sorry, that opened it up. And just going to paste it here, and just going to name this testing 2 and send tip. So confirm this. Okay, once our account is debited successful, and I can go back to home. We have 2 AE left, and right here, once our app reloads, we should be able to see the tip URL and even the content of the tip. But okay, since we don't have it yet, what I'm going to do is add here and copy this link, open my superhero wallet, and click on the claim tip button. As you can see, okay, we have this getting, let me cancel that. What it did, because you're using the extension, was it got this URL and replaced it with the empty space here. So if I click on confirm now, so URL request sent, and this was marked successful, 1 AE token. So if I try to refresh or go to the activities now, we should have our 1 AE included here. Okay, let's reload, or let's check 3 here first, if this is there already. Oh, okay, I think it's there already. I saw something, yeah. So it's still trying to load properly, but we have the content here already on superhero.com. We have 1 AE here, and the tip owner can definitely respond, add a comment to it, and there you have it on how to use superhero. And with this, I would be ending my session on Eternity and superhero. So if there's any question, you can ask. And wow, we have oh, thanks, Eric. Eric shared the link on how you can download the superhero mobile app and extension, desktop extension already. And he created this invite link for you. Anyone that clicks on this link gets 0.1 AE, and I think someone has claimed that already. So that's how to use Eternity and the superhero platform, and I hope you enjoyed the session. And if you have any question now, you can ask.
I have a question.
Okay.
So now that you have gone in depth about superhero, and we've also talked before about the possible DeFi hackathon on Eternity, what do you think could be possible use cases of superhero in DeFi?
That question I would have to think about. Well, a possible use case in DeFi. If I get the question right, what's the possible use case for to add the DeFi kind of feature on the superhero platform.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. We have the superhero app, which presently has room, which has covered chatting or video calling. I honestly can't answer that question now, but I'm going to think about it and drop a comment before the end of the link, if that is okay.
No worries.
Okay. So Daniel, do you have a question for me? It's off stage.
I have a question.
Okay.
There is any way to recover a name through the superhero wallet? For example, when you lost your name when the block is passed and we need to recover the name?
Okay. This is with my knowledge on the æternity naming system, provided no one else has claimed that name at that time, you can get back the name. Because initially when the old feature came in, there was this auction section in which users get to even bid on that name. So if you choose a name, let's say aeternity.com or aeternity.chain, and another user is interested in that name, they get to bid for the name, and I think the highest bidder gets the name. So if no one has claimed the name before you actually go back to claim that name, you would still have your name. Because exactly this actually happened last week, where I didn't know that aeternityekiti.chain name has expired or has met the chain height. So what I did was just, okay, I needed the name again, and then I claimed the name again. So that still works if you lose it and you didn't know. But with the auto extend feature, you won't have to worry about that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I think the host is having an internet issue. And in that case, since our second speaker is here, I would invite the second speaker to the stage. And for proper introduction, the session, which is supposed to be the second session, is named OpenSource, a tool for all, and will be echoed by Ridwan Adeola-Otun. Ridwan is a 23 years old API and blockchain engineer who enjoys building scalable systems with Alexa, Ruby, and more recently, Eternity. He's currently building a decentralized identity system on the Eternity blockchain. And in this session, you will learn about open source, and it will inform you on how open source can be used by all. So without further ado, I welcome Ridwan to the stage. Ridwan, you have the stage now.
Okay, yeah. So, good evening. So let me share my screen. Yeah, so so basically I'll be talking about open source today and why you should be interested and participate in open source. But before that, a brief introduction. I'm Ridwan Otun, a software engineer at Postergraph, and you can follow me on Twitter at CodeSmare, and my bio, that's the link to my bio. So in case you want the slide out, share it at the end of the talk. So what's the aim of this talk? By the end of this talk, I want to have achieved three things. One, I've been able to explain to you what open source actually is. Secondly, convince you that contributing to open source it's not as difficult as you might already think, and encourage you to contribute to open source today. So, what exactly is open source? I actually saw this quote from Linus Torvalds, who we all know is the creator of Linux and Git. So he said, in real open source, you have the right to control your own destiny. And I think this is a very profound statement. So by the end of this talk, you would agree with me why this is a very profound statement. So what is open source? Open source is actually just any piece of software whose source code is available to anyone on the internet to modify, inspect, improve. Basically, code that is available to anyone to change and make better. And in the culture of open source, it's a very great way to exchange ideas with different people all over the internet from different parts of the world. It's a very interesting way to collaborate and actually improve upon tools you might already be using. So why should you care about open source? Well, as with all things, being selfish actually might not be a bad idea, especially when it comes to open source. There are many reasons why you should be interested in open source for your own good and for the good of the internet. And the first reason is the fact that you probably use some of these open source projects already without you knowing. For instance, I'm sure a lot of us use VLC, Firefox, Android operating system. These are all open source software that can be improved by you. And it's great that these tools are open source already, because if they weren't open source, maybe you probably have to pay a huge amount of money to actually use these tools, unlike what you have now that is practically free. Then secondly, for programmers among us, imagine you had to pay for every programming language you write. You know, that's actually not good for the ecosystem. So, and the fact that most of these programming languages, particularly almost all of them, are open source. So you can contribute to the programming languages, add features you think are missing and stuff, and generally just make it better. Then thirdly is the fact that open source powers the internet, ranging from open data to connectivity and everything. Open source is practically behind the internet. When I talk about open data, for instance, the fact that we can share information with each other across the internet, it's a beautiful thing. Then also, finally, finance would agree with me that the world is gradually getting digital. The world is practically digital, and the future of finance is actually based on the blockchain as cryptocurrencies, such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ether, and so on. So, and these softwares are powered by open source. So, why open source? Why do we need open source? Personally, I think open source is a good way to get real software development experience for those interested in programming or a career in software development. contributing to open source is a good way to level up. It helps you write cleaner and better code. Contributing to open source might actually help you gain an in-depth understanding of a particular technology. For instance, let's say you want to contribute to Firefox. During the course of your contribution to Firefox code base, you would actually learn a lot, because you probably learn about the internet protocols, how web browsers work and stuff. And this is just a very good way to broaden your knowledge about a particular piece of technology. Then activity in the open source community helps you gain recognition in the field. So if you are a regular committer to open source, you definitely be recognized by members of the community. Open source helps reduce development costs, particularly for companies that build software. If you have to roll out every feature you need by yourself, that can get really messy. So imagine a situation where you leverage some open source tools to drive your business growth, thereby saving a few extra bucks along the way. Then as an organization also, contributing to open source actually helps you build your reputation. For instance, an example I like to cite is in the case of Discord, their contribution to the Elixir programming language actually has boosted their reputation within the programming community. Then also, reading open source code can actually serve as a great learning tool for software developers, regardless of your skill level. Then lastly, I like to say, when you contribute to open source, you have skin in the game. So, and when you have skin in the game, you want the best out of the particular product you're contributing to, probably because you use them. And the fact that you are contributing to them, you want to see them succeed. So why you should start contributing to open source today? It might be difficult to say to you to start immediately, but it's not an insurmountable feat or an insurmountable task. There are various ways by which you can contribute to open source, especially if you're a first-time contributor. You can contribute by adding documentations for particular tools that you use, or improving existing documentations. You can fix typos in the documentations, and even in the code base. Sometimes we make mistakes and even tests will not catch them. But you going through the source code, you can actually fix typos and stuff. Also, it helps to contribute to products you use regularly, because you actually have a very solid idea of how such products work, and you can easily figure out your way around the code base. Then also on the issues board, for instance, let's say you're contributing to a project on GitHub. I'm sure most of those projects might have some few bugs, and those bugs are actually labeled according to difficulty. You can pick the ones that are ranked lower on the difficulty scale and try to fix them. That way you won't be overwhelmed while fixing. Then also casually read sections of the code base frequently. For instance, if you use a product like VLC, just maybe every weekend, just casually read some parts of the code base just to get familiar with the code base. With time, you'll be able to contribute to such code base. Then also, finally, always ask for help from forums, online communities. Don't be scared to ask for help. Don't be ashamed to ask for help if you need it. Then things to note while contributing to open source. Firstly, you should know that it's perfectly okay for your code not to be perfect, and the most important thing is for you to actually do your research and be thorough while writing the code. Also understand that it might take a couple of iterations before you are able to produce something meaningful and acceptable to the maintainers of the code. So don't be set back by a few bugs or difficult problems. It's perfectly normal. Even the best of developers get stuck. Be persistent. Don't quit, and do not hesitate to try. Make peace with your ignorance and be willing to ask for help. We all have things we don't know, and asking for help is a great way to actually learn those things. Then finally, leave the code base better than you found it. Thanks for coming.
Thank you so much, Ridwan, for the wonderful session. Please, does anybody have any question for Ridwan before he goes off? Please, if you have any question for Ridwan, you can press the raise your hand icon on your screen. While they're getting their questions ready,
Okay.
Ridwan,
Yeah.
I'm almost sure they have questions for you. Thank you for the wonderful session.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a question for you.
Go
How
ahead.
best do you think a beginner can start contributing to open source?
Okay, that's a very good question. As a beginner, I think the best way to contribute to open source is to actually look for a tool or a product you use very regularly and are familiar with. Then go through the documentation and try to see how the documentation can be improved. Then contribute to the documentation. Then with time, go through the code base. And once you are comfortable enough with the code base, try to see parts of the code you can refactor or you can modify or add to make the code better.
Thank you so much. That was wonderful. Does anybody have a question now? Okay. I'm sorry. I'm very inquisitive, so I have another question for you, Ridwan.
No problem.
Okay, my second question is for writers like me.
Okay.
If I want to contribute my article to open source, how do you think I should go about formatting my articles?
Formatting your articles, I'm not sure I understand that part.
Sorry, Ridwan, if I can explain what I think she means by formatting better is, if you want to contribute to GitHub now, we use MD, markdowns, to write those things. And if she's contributing an article, I guess the question is, would she write in MD or would she write in TXT text, or just upload a PDF or something?
Actually, I feel like there are different ways to contribute to open source, not necessarily contributing directly to the code base. So even by writing an article on your blog, you're contributing to the knowledge base of the particular product. So, but if you can write Markdown while contributing to the documentation, write it in Markdown. But if not, even writing a book about a particular product is another way of contributing to it.
Hey, thank you so much. Thank you, Jet, for clearing that up for me. Thank you, everyone. That was wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Does anybody else have a question before Ridwan goes on his way? Okay, I will take the silence as a no. Thank you, Ridwan. That was wonderful. Thank you very much. And Jet, thank you so much. I didn't get to say that was an amazing session. I really enjoyed it. Thank you. It was so narrative, and I got to see everything. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
you.
Hi. Okay. Before we go to our fourth and final session, what I would like us to have a break by networking amidst ourselves. And just a quick reminder, the contest is still ongoing, and the aim is to reward all open source contributions, apart from you adding to your Hacktoberfest 4 PRs. You get AE tokens for participating in the contest, while the first winner gets 80 AE, the second gets 40, and the third gets 30 AE. You can also go over the rules of the contest on the league guide, which can be found at, I think Eric shared the link for us there. Or if Jet can please share the link for us, because reading out probably nobody will get. Jet can write the link out so anybody can click on it and go there. So for the break, I would like to welcome my co-host, Chidima Amana. Please come on stage. Just turn on your camera. Hi, Chidi.
My name is Chidima.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, this section is networking. We are going to meeting each other and finding out our skills and introducing ourselves. So we'll start from Guillermo. Did I pronounce that well?
I think so, Guillermo. Sorry,
Guillermo,
sir.
can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Hello,
Hi.
are you
Yeah.
there?
I am here.
Please, can you introduce yourself and give us some fun facts about who you are and your skills?
Okay. I am Guillermo. I am from Colombia.
Oh, wow.
Do you know? Colombia, South America.
Okay.
Okay. I am the Bogota ambassador. I am here because I am very, very interested to know about superhero and this project.
Well, thank you so much for being here. We're
Sorry,
grateful to have you.
before you leave, Guillermo, please turn on your camera. I would love to see your
Oh,
face.
thank you.
Turn?
Please, can you turn on your video?
Could you repeat me, please?
Can you turn on your camera? We want to see your face. Put a face
Okay.
to the name.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Please, can you turn on your camera? I want to.
Hi, Guillermo.
Hi.
Okay. Nice to meet you.
Nice
Okay,
to
so
meet you
everyone
too.
who's watching can see Guillermo. He's from Colombia, like he said, and is a superhero enthusiast too. So thank you for coming. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you very much. So we're moving to
Bye.
another person, Daniel.
Daniel, please, can you turn on your camera and your mic so we can see and hear you? Hi, Daniel.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening. Please, can you introduce yourself, where you're from, and your skills?
I'm Daniel. I'm from Nigeria. I'm a student of Ekiti State University. I'm a web developer and I'm also interested in open source.
Wow. Thank you so much for joining us. We're so grateful to have you. So everyone is meeting everyone. We're networking each other, and that's the best thing about superhero. You get to bring us closer. So thank you so much.
Yeah.
Jet.
Sorry, can we all turn on our camera? Let's see everybody, and then we continue the networking, so we get to see everyone and just get things going.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry, does everyone hear that? Please, let's all turn on our cameras and our mics so we can all just network, see each other, hear each other. I can only see Daniel right now. Okay, my co-host is back. Waiting for everyone else to turn on their camera.
Hello?
So I'll just continue.
Sorry,
Minato, please, can you turn on your camera?
Failed me. Please turn on camera.
We have Sam and Gigi. CH. Sorry, I don't know who fellow superhero is. Please turn on your camera so we could just.
Face.
I guess while it's still trying to do that, we can just continue. Eric, can we have you can introduce yourself and about yourself?
So Daniel, introduce yourself. Give us a fun fact about.
Sorry, are you talking to me or?
Daniel already did that.
I didn't hear what you said.
I'm sorry, we lost her for a while, so she didn't hear when you introduced yourself.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. So we'll just move on to Eric. Eric, please, can you tell us about yourself? Turn on your camera and let's see you. Let's hear you.
Sure. Can you see me?
No, I can't.
But
can everyone else see him?
I switched on my camera.
Let's hear him.
Yes, okay. I can see you.
I can see you now.
Okay. Yeah, so hi everyone, my name is Eric. I'm with Eternity for more than 2 years. I've been managing the ambassador program and helping the community to go forward with advancing the vision and the technology of Eternity. And yeah, I'm from Germany, currently living in southern Spain. And yeah, looking forward to hear more from you guys from aekiti.
Thank you so much. Look forward to hearing from you too and working more with you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Jet, would you like to go next?
I thought I've introduced myself. Okay,
for those
Joseph, for those that don't know me, I am known as Jet. I am a software developer. I'm majorly focused on web and Eternity blockchain technology. I do me. I write tutorials. I write documentations, and I'm aekiti lead and ambassador.
Oh, thank you, Jet. Sorry, CH, can we have you too?
I think CH and C is Chidima.
I don't know. I asked her and she said she's not the same person. Okay, but we'll move on. Fellow superhero, please, would you like to introduce yourself?
Maybe we should move to Sam and Gigi.
Okay, Sam and Gigi, please, can you introduce yourself? I don't know what's happening. Minato, please, would you introduce yourself to us and a fun fact about you?
Okay, I'm Minato Namikaze, the founder of the Rasen Gang. Oh, that was just a joke. Okay, so my name is Bonimi. I'm the co-lead for Eternity, and I'm a software engineer at Medfleet. So I think that says a lot about me. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. But Chidima, I don't think you told us any fun fact about yourself, so please go ahead. Chidi, are you still with us?
I think the internet is really not doing any good.
Yeah.
It's about
Shit.
to here and network is
Bad. Okay. Our network is bad.
really failing right now. Can you hear me?
We can now, but it's breaking. Yeah, I think I introduced myself the first time I came on. But for those of us that are still joining that just joined in, I'm a.k.a. Blessing. I'm a.k.a. Blessing Devi. The CEO of Crystal Bay. It's a conglomerate of different entrepreneurship. I am an Android development enthusiast. I am a superhero enthusiast, and I'm an aekiti, aeternity enthusiast. I just like learning more and more about everything. And the weird part is I'm a law student, and they always say that law and development has nothing to do with each other. But I think that's wrong, and I want to prove them wrong. I want to show that it's a digital age now, and everything is involved with everything. So we should come together and just. So yeah, I am aekiti's technical content writer, and of course I'm a content writer. So yeah, that's me. Thank you so much for joining us in our networking session. If Chidi is still available and her network is not bad, she can introduce herself before we move on to our fourth and final session. Yeah, I don't think her network is getting better anytime soon. So yeah, let's move on. Thank you so much for participating, everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And those of you us that are live on YouTube, on our YouTube, you could just write in the chat session, chat section. Tell us a little about yourself, what you do. This is how we network, and we get to know each other in case we need to do anything with each other. Thank you. Okay, so let's enter the developer's playground and start talking technical. This is where we'll build an open source decentralized app on aeternity blockchain. The workshop session would be anchored by Jesulonimi Akinbesote. I'm sorry, I've been practicing that surname for a while now. I still don't get it. Akinbesote. I think that's it. Just Learn Me is a software developer that builds awesome solution using React, Kotlin, and Eternity tools. He's aekiti, a.embassy co-lead, and has written Eternity web and mobile-based tutorials to help developers in the Eternity ecosystem. With Just Learn Me, you will learn how to build an app on Eternity blockchain. Just Learn Me, you have the floor now. Minato, your mic is off.
Sorry about that. Yeah. Thank you. So my name is Jesse Lonimi, and I'll be helping you build a centralized application using the æternity blockchain. We'll just walk you through building a small application or a small smart contract I've been making of recent. It's like an online lottery application actually. And yeah, I hope it will be fun building with you. So let me share my screen with you now. Okay. Okay, Opera tab. And yeah, good. Yeah. So so I'll be doing this using A Studio, and as you can see, this is like the first screen you see when you're on A Studio. You see this particular example. It's called the crypto hamster example, and yeah. So for my own example that I'll be showing you, I'll just create a new tab by clicking on this plus button, and it's important you take note of this URL. It's https://studio.apes.com. I know previously this used to be fileeditor.nikitafoods.de, but I think I had that recent that has changed, and probably it's now this one. I don't really know what's the difference between the two actually, and I have that you need to access it on HTTPS and not HTTP, so you can take note of that while joining me. That's if you decide to. Yeah, good. So first thing I'll do is I'll read the code in this particular tab here. And my tutorial is going to actually be an online lottery application. So how this is going to work is going to be that a person will be allowed to wager on a particular number. Then when he wagers on this particular number, he will also be asked to select a particular amount that is wagering on the number. Then a lot of people will actually participate in this. We'll call them contestants. And after this, we can run a particular function, which you guys will see to call the announce_winners. It would actually list the people who have won the contract based on a particular random number, which will match and check if it's equal to the wagering number of any one of the people who are or the contestants for this particular application. For this particular application, we'll be using a particular library, which is the list library. So that's the first thing I'll do here. I'll just write include this.is. Yes, good. So these are you include the list library. Then after this, the next thing you need to do is actually write your contract name. So I'll say contract, and I will name it lottery. All right, yeah, good. So what we've just done here in these 2 lines of code is that we've actually included the list library in our application or in our smart contract, and we'll specify that it's going to have a name, and we're going to call it lottery actually. So yeah, I'll do this. Then we need to define a particular record for our contestants. If you are coming from a mainstream language, you can think of a record as an object or something similar. Probably you are coming from JavaScript, you can think of a record as an object. It has fields or keys and they have values, so something like that. So we can say, so we'll say contestants. Sorry, yes, anything is equal to, yeah. Then we'll specify that each of our contestants should have a user which will specify the address, a number, and a value actually. So do that now. Just make sure you write the word record there. This URL. That specifies that it's a record actually. Then we're going to have a user field now, a user key, and this will be of type address. So this will be able to actually pay whoever wins the contest or whoever wins the lottery itself. Then there will be a number. Then this is going to be of an integer type. Then we need to say the amount they have actually put in the contract. Amount colon. Yeah, good. So we have this now. So basically what this means is that now I can have several contestants, and if each contestant would actually have an address, they will have a particular number they are wagering on, and they will also have the amount they are putting on that particular wager. So good. So the next thing we can have here now is our state. So our state represents what our application looks like at the initial deployment of it. So apparently our state is also going to be a record soon. So I'll say record, then state. Then the next thing we'll actually be doing is declaring our state values, our state type. So first of all, we're going to have a winning number, and this number, this is just so that we can see whatever the winning number is actually. and it's going to be of type int. Good. Then we are going to have a list of contestants. So I'll say list underscore of underscore contestants, and it's going to be of types lists. Then contestants. That's not good. Then we are also going to have a minimum wager, that is the minimum amount that anybody can cast as a wager itself. So I'll say MINIMUN. That's called good. Then it's going to actually be of typing. So if let's say our minimum wager now is probably 1 token per se, or probably 1 times 10 power 18 ATOs, then can a person actually specify that's going to actually spray and give 0.58 token, will just actually abort the application and tell him that, yeah, whatever amount is put in must be greater than or equal to the minimum wager. Great. So we can actually proceed. Now the next thing is the number of wagers, like number of people where this contract is actually expecting. So I would say now make sure there's a comma here. And it's going to actually be of type int too. Good. So yeah, so this will specify the number of people or the number of contestants in our application. And by this we can actually calculate the time that we have specified that will actually announce the winner, the time for which the contestants winner or the contest winner itself will actually be called out or selected, or will pay money to that particular contestant's address. You can think of it like that. So if let's say we have specified here now, which will specify in our init function that there are going to be 3 people who would actually cast the wager. When the person casts the wager, we can say that okay, it's probably the first person that actually won the lottery or something like that. Yeah, good. So yeah, so we'll come back to this state as we build on it. We'll come back to the state and decide if let's say we need to add something new to our state. So the next thing I would actually add is our init function. So I'll say entry point. It's good. Is equal to this. So our init function basically returns the initial value of our state deployment. So I can say win underscore number is equal to, let's say it's equal to 0 now. We'll actually change this during program execution. And I can say list underscore contestants is equal to an empty list. Then I can say the minimum wager. Let's make that equal to isn't that equal to 1 A token now? And that's because it's actually in ATOs, we need to multiply by 10 to the power 18. So yeah, good. So now the number of people we're expecting to cast the wager in this contract, let's say they're just 2. Let's make it actually small so it's easier to test actually. Good. Now the next thing we'll do in our contract now is to actually please make sure this is actually like this, because Sophia is actually it's indentation based actually, so make sure you indent properly. Good. So I forgot the init function, endpoint int here. Good. So this actually returns the state. So next thing we'll do now is we'll add a particular function. We're going to be an entry point now. I'll call it bet now. And this particular function will take in a number will be of integer type. Good. So now the first thing I want to check now is if this number, if it is equal to the minimum wage. Sorry, if this number, okay, we also forgot something here. This would be the minimum underscore, sorry, the maximum number that a person can cast the wager on. So that our whole contract is actually making sense. So because if let's say we specify that the maximum number should be 1,000, for instance, that's going to be very, very difficult to get, because the person can see the number I'm casting the wager on is 1, 2, and that's up to 1,000. That's about 999, which is not fair. So let's make sure there's a maximum number. Let it be something small. If we're only expecting 2 people in our contract, I think it will make sense for us to actually make the maximum number something small, probably just 4 or thereabouts. Yeah, good. So, but because of that, we also need to actually add it right here too. So, good. Now can come in now. Okay. Oh, sorry. There's a slight error here. I know I made that to be here. So record state is equal to this, then list of contestants. I know I made this error. This should be able to see. Yeah, good. So we click on this. Okay, good. So now, right, I'm going to check if the number I've entered, if it's greater than or equal to number. If it's less than, if it's greater than or greater than our state but maximum underscore number. This should be an X. It should be an X here. Good. So that's a typo. Right here too. Great. So maximum underscore number. If this is the case, then we want to just abort. And let's abort the message. Let's say your number. Sorry. Must be less than our maximum number here was 4. Good. Less than 4. Good. So if that's the case, then next thing now is I'm going to actually say, if let's say this is the case, that is the number you have actually put is at least, if it's greater than Amazon number, our option will actually abort and not allow him to continue. Now if let's say it is less than that particular number, option will allow him to continue. We need to decide what we actually want to happen next. Now we also want to actually check to if the particular amount that the person has specified is greater than or equal to our minimum wager here. So let's say the amount you said you will wager on. Okay, so yeah. So I would say require. Now let me use the require. So there are several ways you can actually do this now. But a particular way is for you to use the require. Require is a function that takes in a condition, and if that condition is actually true, just abort. So what we want to actually check now is if call.caller is less than state. Sorry. Okay. That's minimum underscore wager. Then specify a string and say you must put at least a token in the contract. Good. The contract. So yeah, great. So now it seems like I'm getting an error here. Okay, sorry. This is due to indentation now, so you can see, yeah, good. So this will also be an equal to sign here. Good. So great. State dots minimum underscore wager. Then yeah, we'll do this. Then the next now is false. Now, so if let's say this is the case and call.caller is not less than the minimum underscore wager, what would actually happen is you actually allow the programmation to continue. Sorry. Then if let's say this case, we can now create a contestant object, now a contestant record now. So as a contestant is equal to, yeah, then I would say let's look at what we have here again. We have a user, a number. Sorry, this should be call.value. Call.value is actually the amount passed in. So say user equal to call.caller. Then comma, let's see what we have here again. Number is equal to number, this one here. Yeah, good. So let me just come here. Good. Then lastly, we need something else, the amount. Good. Then amount is equal to call dot value. Great. So just created the contestant record now from data we have so far. Now let me just take some things actually. Call.value is the amount passed into the contract by the user. So for us to actually pass a contract, if let's say a particular function receives money in, it needs to be payable actually. So, but this particular function is also going to actually change our state too, so it needs to be stateful too. So, but because it's going to actually receive money and it's going to actually pay out money, so as this is like default entry point of our application. This function is going to function that will call all nearly all functions, including the function that will decide if a person actually gets the lottery or not. So it's going to actually be created as payable. So payable entry point. Good. So great. So now make sure there's a comma here too. So one thing about STUDIO is it actually warns you of errors using all these. You can see this red line here, and actually presently I'll need to actually refresh now because this should not be the right error. Yeah, okay, this should be the right error. Yeah, great. So thing is that we need to actually continue because you cannot just declare a value and not use it to keep on warning you about the let constant. So what we need to do now is get the current contestant list from here. Okay, so we'll do this now. So and we'll now add this contestant to the new contestant list. So now we'll say let's new underscore lists underscore of underscore contestants is equal to. Now, the thing about Sophia is in most other particular programming languages, mainstream programming language like Pabi Java, you use things like push, so Pabi add an element to a list or to an array or something. But in Sophia, it is like displayed like this, just the element you want to add first of all, then two particular quotation, two particular columns, then the list, the new list that you're adding things to. So that will now be our state dot lists. List underscore underscore. So what will happen is that it will not mutate this particular list. What we'll actually do is that we add some items to this particular list and actually return it, so we'll actually be able to access it here. So yeah, great. So another thing that will be good for us to actually save, okay, we will specify that here, total number of wages. We need to actually save the amount of wages at each time in the contract. That's the amount of contestants at each time in the contract. So we might have to actually store that in our state actually. So let's just come here so and let's say present number of contestants underscore contestants and let's say it's going to be of type int. Great. Then make sure to put a comma here and let's come here again and say let's copy it. Our initial stage one will be present actually be equal to 0 since there's no contestant yet. Great. So yeah, so we've done this. So now what we need to do is let's new new underscore num underscore of underscore contestants and okay, let the number of contestants equal to state dot present number of contestants plus 1. Great. So if it's actually not now, next thing we need to do is actually save these two values in states. So great. So put states and then we can specify and say list underscore contestants is equal to new underscore list underscore contestants. Then we can also check now and say okay, new number of contestants. So we need to update that to present number of contestants. Sorry, present number of contestants is equal to new underscore contestants. Great. So what we basically do in this particular function is number one, we check if the number entered is greater than the maximum number, which is the number we specified here. Now we specify that it's going to be actually the 4 here. So we abort it as the case. Lastly, we require that the color value is less than we check if the color value is less than the state of minimum wage, which is what we have here too. So if that should be 1A token actually, then we abort with this particular message too. And also there are some other things that we might actually want to check, and I think we should actually check that too because of our time. Let's check that. So one, I want to check if a contestant actually exists. So let me use that check if underscore, because we don't want someone to be able to actually contest twice or place a widget twice. So sorry. Contestants. Let's go on. Sorry, all of that. Wow, seriously? Okay, yeah, great. Oh, sorry, I mistakenly left this particular page. Exists, great. So, and let's create this function. So, yeah. Good. So, good. So let's create. Let's say function. And yeah, is equal to. So switch list. Now this way I begin to use list library. We actually imported it right here. Sorry, this is here. We did list library here. So where I begin to actually use it. So let list.find. So the first argument we'll actually receive is going to actually be a particular predicate now, or a particular condition, and the next element will actually be the list itself. So that will be list.find. So predicate will be, let's say, a is equal to a.user equals call.caller. So what we actually just check is actually the public address. So we check if, let's say, this user ID exists, each user is actually a contestant. We check the public address, actually user clone address. If, let's say, it's equal to the call.caller, which is the person actually calling their address for the contract presently, calling that particular function in the contract presently. So if, and lastly, we need to also specify the particular list. So that will be state dot list underscore contestants. Then yeah, so next thing we do here is none. Eventually there is none, just return false. F-A-L-S-E. Let's say there is sum of x. If there is some, return true. Great. So that's for that particular function. So wait, we don't need this here. So it will actually check this particular case. So right here, we might want to put this in an if check and say if this is the case, also just about but you can't contest twice. Sorry. So yeah, so we have this here. So now when I get through, these are bed functions. So actually, it needs to actually check for a particular condition now, and that condition is if the total number, the new number of contestants, the total number of contestants is equal to the maximum number of contestants. So I'll put here. So I have to actually check that now. I'll say if new number of contestants is greater than or equal to state dot maximum number. Yeah, great. So I'll create a particular comment. So in this particular case, what we're simply going to do is just announce the winners. So announce winners. This is a function we've not yet created. So let's create that down here. Good. So this would also be a stateful variable function. Now it's not going to be an entry point now. And yeah, function name. As for winners, then it's going to be called to this. So if let's say the person that's actually calling the contract at present time is probably the last person who want to actually call the contract, we should specify that through the maximum amount of contestants that we're actually expecting. So what we can do is we'll step into this particular function which will announce the winners. So first of all, I said that earlier that the winning number will change. I'll just put a colon here. Will change during block underscore height. then mode, now there will be states dot what's maximum wager again, max number of wager, state dot minimum underscore number, sorry, minimum underscore number. So that would okay, maximum. I want to be sure that was maximum underscore number I already from that time. Good. So yeah, state dot maximum underscore number. Great. So now this is how the win number is actually decided. It uses the current block height and performs the modulo operation on the winning number or the particular maximum winning number that we actually specified earlier on. So yeah, so great. So after this, now we're going to run a particular function. Now we'll use list.filter. Now use a function, an inbuilt list particular function. Again, we're using the list library we actually imported earlier. So now we'll say okay, great. So let's list of winners. Let's call them list underscore winners is equal to list.filter. So what the filter function actually does is that it takes in a particular predicate to and the list item we're actually filtering through. And what happens is that it's going to return each particular item in that particular list as a new list that actually fulfills that particular predicate to that particular condition. So we can just say a now, and let's do this now, a dot number equal to winning underscore number. So great. So now next step is to pass our list learner states dot list underscore contestant. So now we do is that we check for each particular contestant if the number specified is equal to this winning underscore number. What we want to actually do here too is we want to put our winning number, states winning underscore number equals winning underscore number. Now don't forget we actually put a colon here so that just in case you are using some, because I omitted that here now. So yeah, so here we are. The list of winners to be equal to the filtering of this list for list of winners. So we can now check now. We can come in now. We can say let's underscore of underscore winners be equal to list dot length. So we can use a particular input function on our list library again, known as dot length. Good. And yeah, list underscore of underscore winners. So by doing this, write this underscore of underscore winners. By doing, we just filtered our winners list now. And yeah, sorry, don't mind putting a semicolon there. That's from Java. So this dot length. So this return the total number of winners actually. So I could check and say, okay, if number underscore of underscore winners, if it is less than 0, so if it is equal to 0, if it's equal to 0, that means nobody actually won the lottery. So all we want to do is we'll actually just call it function chain.spend. Now what we want to do in this particular case is to give the particular money now, that money everybody has added to the contract to the we actually want to give the particular money to the address that deployed the contract. And yeah, we did not actually save that, so we need to actually save that now. So let me come here. I've marked our state now. Now say deployer underscore address equal to colon address. We need to make it equal to the address of the person calling the function. So equal to call.colon. So since we've added that here now, we can surely access it here now. Chain.spend. Now chain.spend takes in two things actually. The first is actually address of the person you're actually sending a particular amount to. And the next is the total amount you are sending to that particular person. So I have to come in and I will say chain.spend. It's deployer underscore address. Now the thing is, we need to actually get the total amount added to the contract by all these contestants. A particular way to do that will be to filter or to look through all the lists. So we can use list.find now, something similar, then actually add all the amounts of the contestants together. But a much more simpler way to do that is for us to come back to our state again too. So right here, I can add total, let's go tokens, let's go added, let's go by contestants. The file is going to be of type int. Then great. So when I come here, because I've added it, I need to actually give it an initial value here now. So obviously, initial value will have to be 0. So I'll say it's going to be equal to 0. Great. So yeah. So right here too, I'll need to actually update it now in our vet function. So I would say let's new let me end this. Yeah, so let me just append the new or let me do this. Let me put a colon at the front here. That this can lead to errors if one is not careful. So this will be equal to state dot total underscore tokens, then plus call dot value. So yeah, so what I'll do now is to actually just add this to this particular case. So the ITS now I'll say total underscore tokens, yeah, equal to total, then I'll put this in. That makes sense. Yeah. So anyway, here now. Sorry. I want to make sure you can see the whole thing here. Yeah, it's getting much. So chain.spend, then right here now we can now access the total amount in the contract now. State dot total, yeah, great. So we have this here now. So in an else case now, if let's say this is not actually the case, that is the actually winners now in this case now. Else, what we want to do now is, I think we should just create a function. Let's call it transfer underscore tokens underscore to underscore contestants. Great. So yeah, we have it. And we may created this particular function now, so I need to create that now. So great. So let's come here. And I'll make the function. And I'll call it transfer underscore tokens to contestants. Great. I'll make it equal to this. So yeah, so this particular function is going to actually be payable now. Payable, great, because it's going to actually transfer money to the contestant. So what we are going to do is we will actually have to look through the list of there's still a lot of stuff to do here. So we have a list of winners here. What I'm going to do is we'll look through this list of winners, then we'll calculate the value for each one of them, and we would then send their money to them. So what we're going to use a particular method to calculate this. Method we're using is we'll look at the amount added by each winner to the contract. We will divide it by total amount added by the winners. Then we'll multiply it by total of the amount of tokens added to the contract by all contestants. So the amount added by a winner multiplied by the total amount of tokens in the contract, then divided by total amount of tokens added to the contract by the winners itself. That's actually what we would actually be using. So what would happen now is that we would have to use a for each. So I'll come in now and I would say this dot for each. This dot for each. So let's start here actually. List dot for each. So what the list dot for each will do is that it would look through all the items in a particular list. Is an inbuilt list function too. So what would happen is that it will take in the list it's going to actually look through. Then it's going to actually take in a second argument as a function it will call for each item in the list. So what we'll do is this now. We'll say dot for each, then list underscore of underscore winners, so the list of winners. Then we'll pass in a particular function that is going to call now. So we'll say record underscore total underscore tokens, total record underscore total, yeah, total underscore winner. Yeah, sorry. See. So now let's create this particular function. I've made created this too. Have this to call and wait, so and now be this, then equal to, yeah, wait, then this particular function will be stateful because it's going to actually record the amount of tokens added by each winner to the contract. Stateful, sorry. Good. So we need to actually create this again in our state too. So for the total underscore winner. Sorry. Underscore tokens. Then to be of type int. Great. So yeah, let's give them Java value of 0 here too. Make it equal to 0. Great. So yeah, let's put a comma here too. Let's put a comma here. So what this particular function will do is that it's going to actually receive when the list for each function calls each particular function for each particular list item, it will actually receive that particular item. So let's just make it contestant now with the colon now. Then let's see, and let's value is equal to contestant dot state dot total underscore winner tokens plus contestants. We'll get now that we stored the amount added by a contestant to the contract using contestant dot using the value keyword earlier, value key actually. So now we'll just put now states. Then this total underscore tokens equal to value now. Wait. So we'll do this, we add these two together, then we actually save it in state. So now for each particular winner, now this particular function will be called. Now, lastly, now we need to create, but this will be our last function now. This dot for our last this thing is dot for each. Then it would be list underscore underscore. Now this particular line of code that will transfer the money to each particular person, each particular winner. This. Wait. So let's now take control this particular function soon. Sorry. Yeah, so now just for each. Right. So yeah, so we need to create this particular function, and this is what we actually have. So it will receive a contestant soon, just like the other function, contestant. So now what will happen here is we'll say let value to spend now. Let's make value underscore to underscore spend. Let it be equal to contestants with value, then multiplied by states the total divided by contestants. Yeah, great. divided by states, but total underscore winner underscore tokens grades. So we'll now send out now chain.spend to the contestant's address and access by contestant user with then comma the amount actually sent in now should now be value underscore to underscore spent with okay our I made a mistake here. Contestants, sorry. Contestants. Yeah, great. So we have this now. So yeah, so I think we are done with most of the code for this. Let me refresh this page actually, so that I can make sure. Okay, great. So send there is an error at line 71. So let's check that out. Underscore winner underscore tokens underscore tokens modifier M71 modifier. Okay, sorry, I got to write what function here. The function. So also this should be for each. For each. Great. So lastly, we get small typo error here. Great. So let me also create a particular command that allows to get the winning number entry points. Then I would say is equal to states dot winning underscore number. Great. So does not have field value, field dot value. Okay. Underscore. This one I'm having an error at line 67. It's telling me record type contestant does not have. So let's see. Okay, yeah, seriously, that was a mistake. What this actually amount? So let me control D this. I use this any other way. Okay, I use it 2 times. So this should be amount, and this should also be amount. Great. So let's see again now. Function chain dot spend of non-stateful function. Non-stateful function. This function should be stateful. Yeah, great. Try and test out again. Deploy. Okay, great. So let's come in now. Let's specify 1A token. Let's bet on 5. Let's bet on 1 now. Okay, great. So it was debited, yeah. Great. So let's use another account now. 112.998 tokens. Let's specify 1, 2. Then let's bet on 1, 2 again, 2. So let's see. .998 tokens, great. But that is not what we actually want. Let's see. Let's get the winning number. Okay, so we cannot call this currently because of this. Great. So if you get number, I should actually return 1, which is correct. So with this, we've been able to develop our lottery application, although I have to comment 3 lines of code out for this to actually work properly. I've actually written the code previously, which I would actually share a link to where a particular pull request that contains the code or a particular record that contains the code later. So that brings us to the end of this particular session. Please, if you have questions, do let me know. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Andres. That was quite explanatory. Thank you. If you want to learn more about it, just let me. You said you've done this before, and where can you send a link to the chat box so that everybody can see it and just go to it.
Okay, I would actually create a repo now and actually do that. So
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, we have come to the end of this link. I want to say thank you to everyone. I hope that we haven't wasted anybody's time and that everyone that has been here has learned one thing or the other. By now, I believe that we should be fully equipped with enough knowledge to help us in the future with Aeternity, Hacktoberfest, superhero, and whatnot. So thank you so much for being here. I want to say a big thank you to the superheroleague team, the speakers. You've done a wonderful job. To the event organizers, every one of you, and most importantly, last but not the least, is the beautiful audience that we've had here and on our YouTube channel. Thank you so much for taking your time to be here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You've been an amazing audience. Thank you so much. We hope to see you soon we'll see you soon in the future, in our future editions, and put in mind that the contest to reward good deeds and get rewarded by the aekiti community is still on and will end in 24 hours. Get more info about the contest on the league guide or on Aeternity forum thread. Winners of the contest will be announced on the superhero platform in the form of a tip. So until then, I guess I can say Hakuna Matata. Have a wonderful night rest, and thank you so much for being here. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Debbie. And before we start leaving, I just want to say something. This league would be available on YouTube after we edit it, and we bring out the section separately. Also, if anyone missed the event and you would like them to know, we are coming up with an article that would actually have all these links, links to the session videos, links to the main video, and we just have everything to give you everything after the league. So anticipate hearing us from social media platforms, which are on the Twitter profile, on Instagram, and on Facebook, and also on Telegram. So till then, bye, and thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great night rest.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.